Hey, you. Good morning. It is 6:42 a.m. on Wednesday, August 21st, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Ah, a little bit sleepy this morning. Um, One of the things that I felt like I wanted to talk about, though, was all of the big headlines that were going around the internet yesterday about, oh no, negotiations break down between Sony and Marvel about Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man going to get to still be in the MCU or not? We don't know. It's all confusing because it's actually big, splashy headlines about ongoing negotiations behind the scenes between two gigantic companies. I don't mean to totally downplay the fact that people have strong feelings about all of that. I mean, I certainly am a Spider-Man fan, as I think has been established in multiple places in my past videos. I like Spider-Man a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, at the same time that as soon as the MCU had been established, I too, along with many others, had lamented that Spider-Man was trapped over at Sony and couldn't be brought into the MCU. And then I too celebrated when it seemed like the two companies worked that out. But I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. What they worked out was always kind of a complicated sort of scenario that seemed to be unusual. It was basically a situation where one company owns the rights to a character but lets a different studio make the movie with it. Even if they get more of the money, that just seems sort of anathema to the way Hollywood studios usually work. Hollywood studios are usually, well, and not even just Hollywood studios, but like big multinational international corporations like Sony or Disney, they're usually not all about like, hey, yeah, let's be buddy-buddy with our competitors and come up with a nice compromise cooperation agreement, especially if they think they can get more money out of it. So I am honestly not surprised that this weird half solution that they came up with is not holding. But of course, I don't know. What is it going to mean as far as ongoing stuff? I don't know. I mean, I think it would be a shame if we don't get more of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, because I think those have been pretty good. But it seems like maybe we will. I mean, I guess we'll see. But I think I was just really surprised by, I don't know, I don't know if I'm surprised. I think I didn't expect the news exactly, but boy, it was just everywhere, and people had strong feelings about, oh no, how dare Sony try to make money with the character they own the rights to? How dare they? That seems silly to me. Yeah, and in the comments, Kimberly says, hopefully we're being used as a bargaining chip. Well, that is almost certainly the case, although some of what's a little bit weird about it is just the idea that I'm not sure if Sony would have anticipated that in having it become a controversy online that they would almost universally be seen as the bad guy. For trying to take away everybody's precious little baby Spider-Man. I'm maybe being just a little bit contrarian in wanting to play devil's advocate a little bit there, I guess. But I mean, there were good Spider-Man movies before the MCU. My favorite Spider-Man movie ever was Into the Spider-Verse, which is not part of the MCU. So and the Spider-Man video game was great, and that was not part of the MCU. As a long-term Spider-Man fan who liked Spider-Man before he was part of the MCU and has always liked Spider-Man, I am not afraid for Spider-Man. There will be Spider-Man stuff. But, of course, there have been times where they struggled to make good Spider-Man movies. So, are they going to be as good? I don't know. But it's also true that, just as a reminder, something that, like, maybe it's not great for, like, one company to own everything. Just like, I don't want to go all conspiracy theory for you guys here, but, it's a little bit like when people complain about all the different streaming services there are now, which I get. I understand why the complaint. But they always, like, look back on Netflix as, like there's this golden age where it was only Netflix. And I was like, yeah, that period where there was only one choice and whatever they decided you could watch was all you had. That is better now than having lots of choices. Think about that a little bit, you guys. But yeah, so, will I be sad if Spider-Man is not in the MCU? Well, maybe. But it also kind of depends on what they do instead, right? I don't know. So in any event, I was kind of surprised. Maybe, you know what? I think that there is maybe some element of people, a lot of the people who are maybe so angry are angry because they're inexperienced Spider-Man fans. I don't want to presume this is true about everybody, but people who only know Spider-Man from the MCU movies, they maybe vaguely view the movies that existed prior to that as lesser and old and therefore no good, and that's all they know Spider-Man from. Maybe, yeah, the prospect of Spider-Man being taken away, yeah, it's a much bigger deal to them, but it was like, I don't know. You can weather that storm. Spider-Man can take it. He's been around for a while. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there because I have to get ready for work. So I will leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.